welcome to this week's episode of NewzRoom18. I'm your host, Sabrina, and I'm super excited to share with you all of our awesome guests, human and canine, we have for this week. Now, if you haven't guessed already, this episode is Super Bowl themed. 1 week from today, the Super Bowl will be on TV for all of us to watch, but I figured this is a good way to get everyone in that football spirit. One of my favorite parts of Super Bowl Sunday is watching the Puppy Bowl. Now, if you haven't heard of this, it's a bunch of little cute puppies running around, scoring touchdowns for their teams, and I decided to create something like that. So let's give it a watch. We have a super great lineup of pup players today. This is Mowgli, our wide receiver. Next, we have Huck, who is our linebacker. He's a big guy. This is Nala, one of the team's speediest players. She is the running back. Up next, we have one of our calmer players. This is Stella. She's our punter, but she is now being joined on camera by her brother, Huck. Here's another speedy little guy. This is our second running back, Rico. Despite his size, he's one of the fastest members on his team. Here we have Blue, who is closest to the camera right now, but she was not in the rest of the game because she was escorted out on a penalty charge. She was being a little rough with the other players. This is our playful kicker, Patches. Our wide receiver is our athletic and undefeated Roxy. To start off the game, we have Patches running on the field to make sure it's safe for his other pup players, and it looks as if we have the Patches stamp of approval. Starting our game off strong, we have Huck going for that ball nice and fast. Looks as if he's going to catch it, but he fumbles it, leaving it wide open for Miss Nala to intercept and score a touchdown. Nice play. Nala's touchdown puts Team Pooch in the lead, and now Roxy just scored another touchdown. Huck does not seem too happy about that. After her super awesome touchdown, Roxy's waiting for Patches to kick the ball for her. Looks as if she's going to go try and catch it, and that catch doesn't look too promising. She fumbled and missed the ball. Now, I know you guys can't hear exactly what Huck is saying, but it seems as if he's telling his teammates that he is wide open. However, Rico ends up getting the ball. He fumbles it a little bit, but scores a touchdown for Team K9. Now we have the two most competitive players on the team, Huck and Roxy, competing for that ball. Looks as if Huck has caught it and is taking it back, and he fumbled it. That's leaving the door wide open for Roxy. Nice, she intercepted that ball. And wasting no time at all, Roxy brings that ball back for a touchdown for Team Pooch. Here, Rico is trying to score another touchdown for his team, but he fumbled the ball a little bit, leaving it wide open for Roxy to intercept and score another touchdown for Team Pooch. Huck and Roxy on the field. Looks like Roxy fumbled that ball, but ended up catching it. Nice play in the long run. To finish off today's game, we have an incredible catch by the one and only Roxy. And now to celebrate, she's going to do her iconic victory trot around the field. Huck, along with all the other doggos, want to say thanks for watching today's game. The winner was undeniably Team Pooch. For the question of the week, I wanted to find out what your guys' favorite football teams were. Mine is the Eagles, but the responses really varied. The Steelers, the Miami Dolphins, the Patriots, and considering I'm in New England, I wasn't too surprised to hear that one. Now, we can't have the Super Bowl without a halftime show, so now we can't have a football. Now, Super Bowl Sunday would not be the same without the iconic halftime show. We've seen Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Michael Jackson, Bruno Mars, and so many other great performers. But up-and-coming artists are also very enjoyable to watch. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the spins.
What's up, we're the Spins. My name is Justin. We got Don playing guitar, and we got Michael playing bass. And this is an acoustic rendition of our song, Cemetery, which is coming out soon. So we hope you guys enjoy.
his shoulders, but I see the chains around his legs. Now Tommy has grown older, so they stuck a needle in his neck. From the third floor to the basement he went, but I guess I made it. I guess I made it. But sometimes falling is so necessary. Everybody's dancing in the cemetery. She slowly moves a pillow from her cheek. The cousins start to hate her, cause their parents said be more like her. As she leaves the front door open, oh, she's hoping that her power's dead. Her power's dead. Friends keep asking why you're flaky. It's a little hard when your head's been shaky. They said it'd be momentary, but we've been dancing in the cemetery.
If you love the spins as much as I did, please be sure to follow them on social media. The information will be in the description below. They are releasing a single on February 19th, so make sure to stay tuned for that if you would love to hear more. I love throwing parties, and the Super Bowl for me is just another excuse to have one. Unfortunately, this year, due to COVID-19, there will be no excessive guests in the household, but making cupcakes is always a fun thing to do with your family, and it really gets everyone involved, including those little ones who like to stir up the frosting and mix everything together. Now we're going to see myself and a friend, Kiley, who owns Baking to the Max in Westerly, make some Super Bowl themed cupcakes. Hi!
Hello.
So why don't you introduce yourself for everyone?
My name's Kiley Maxwell, and I own Baking to the Max in Westerly.
And when did you start Baking to the Max?
Roughly 6 or 7 months ago is when I really put the most effort into it. I've been baking for a while just to ease my anxiety, and I turned it into a business.
Awesome, that's so cool. So today Kiley's gonna help me make some Super Bowl themed cupcakes.
So I did some with jerseys on the top. I'm gonna get a little closer if I can. But I did those, and then I did some with a goalpost on it. I'm very happy with how they came out. I have about 5 in the corner that I'm still working on finishing, but I have the little candies on the side and everything.
So cute. Okay, so after everyone makes their cupcakes, they're gonna want to get some green frosting or white frosting and Diet Green. And then, I don't know, I just put mine in like a Ziploc bag and just like cut some random holes in it. And yeah, just like pipe it on there, I guess. So is this something you want to do as a career, or is it just a hobby?
Definitely something I'm looking at turning into a career. I have an internship with another local bakery, Dutch's. They're vegan.
Ooh, perfect.
I started working with them, and I've learned a crazy amount in the first just 2 hours of being there.
Yeah.
So I have a lot more time to spend there, but it just made me want to pursue it even more.
That's perfect. So I have my little chocolate footballs I made.
I have mine in the little corner. I have this little one.
So cute. So these are how mine are coming out. Not horrible. Better than I thought.
Oh my God. I love them. They're adorable. Aww.
So yeah, I think this would be perfect because I doubt people will be having big football parties this year for the Super Bowl, but it's still fun to have snacks and just enjoy the game.
Especially with younger siblings too, just to give them something to work on, because this is so easy for little kids to get involved with as well.
True.
Like I was working with my little brother, and because we can't have a party, it's just a nice substitute.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good idea, though. It's like just something to do. You know, another COVID-friendly thing to do.
And it's edible, so that's my favorite part.
Yes. So, what other than cupcakes, what other things do you sell?
So I'm working on a bunch of different things right now. I actually have Valentine's Day hot cocoa bombs that I'm selling.
Okay.
And then chocolate covered strawberry boxes with different themes. Definitely excited for that. I just made a Roblox cake for an 11-year-old's birthday. It's all over the board, really.
Yeah.
I'm happy to try anything. I want to try macaroons and everything in that area soon. It just takes so much patience.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely excited for that.
Baking is definitely so fun, and decorating is definitely the hardest part, if you ask me, because not everyone's good at that. So
I had a unicorn cake, and it was like 4 or 5 different pastel colors, and I think that mixing it is the most annoying possible thing, because you're worried that there's different pieces of the frosting that aren't colored.
right.
I think I run into that a lot, not gonna lie, but it takes from 4 to 6 hours for me to complete a cake, including frosting it, and if it's a special design, then another 2 hours.
That's good though. Like I feel like it gives you something to do, and keeps you busy.
It really does. Gives me another project to clean everything afterwards.
So you had a lot of stuff going on during Christmas time, right? With like the hot cocoa bombs and everything. How did that go for you?
That one way better than I ever could have imagined, actually.
Good.
I had pre-made orders left and right. I had to line the kitchen counter with them. I got small boxes, constantly running out of boxes. I actually had some people from Providence and Warwick come down and pick up. So it got everywhere so fast,
Yeah.
and a lot of people liked them. I didn't get any negativity back. So that was pretty exciting, and I actually just started.
That's perfect.
These ones are shipping out to New York.
Okay, yeah. So you ship things out to people if they want them?
I do. I'm working on the mechanics of bigger orders. I definitely need to find a specific type of bubble wrap. That's kind of my roadblock at the moment, but I've been doing test runs back and forth, so I have some family in different states that I'm sending them to.
Right.
But like these ones and like the marble.
Those are so cute.
I made about 24 of those yesterday, and then I got about 4 orders in. So I still have more to make, and then stack them up and hand deliver or contactless pickup.
Perfect. So yeah, obviously you're keeping everything COVID safe, but do you find that hard, with people? Do you think they're hesitant to buy things that are homemade?
Definitely. It helps if I've known them for a really long time, because they understand like the safety precautions that I take.
Right.
But at the same time, I also send a notice to everybody that wants to order every step of the precautions that I take if they'd like to read them. So like I have a specific type of cleaner, I have a whole set of gloves and a cleaning station and everything. And I wear a mask when I bake. These ones are for personal use, so I don't. But if I am doing something for the public, then I'll wear a mask.
So here are mine.
Those are adorable.
I don't know who I'm going to give these to. So if anyone wants some cupcakes.
Thank you. I really am.
Those are awesome.
Except for the 2 that fell.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on here today and talking to everyone. I hope everyone learned stuff about baking to the max. Happy Super Bowl, everyone.
Happy Super Bowl.
If you love those cupcakes as much as I did, and let me just say they were really delicious. The recipe and instructions to make them will be in the description below. When I think of football, I think of all the injuries the players get. You hear someone sprained their ankle, someone broke their arm, and so on. One occupation that is very important to football players and all athletes are physical therapists. Now we're going to hear from a physical therapist who has worked with professional football players in his career and how he relates to the Super Bowl.
Hi, my name's Ian Manning. I'm a physical therapist and I'm from East Greenwich, Rhode Island, and I'm super excited to be a part of today's episode and share a little bit about myself. I've been a physical therapist for 17 years now. I graduated back in 2004 with my master's degree from Northeastern University. I've worked with a lot of athletes. Most recently, starting in 2016, I started to work with professional athletes in football and hockey. I also work with golfers, no baseball players, and no basketball players yet. But I work with many different individuals in the football and in the hockey realm. And working with football players, you see a lot of injuries. Honestly, every single week is a new case, really. Everybody's kind of has their thing that they're dealing with, but every single week, due to the violence of the game, you really have to deal with what happened on Sunday and try to correct it so that they can be ready for the next game. Most of the time, I see a lot of ankles, I see a lot of necks. I deal with a lot of some skill players, but mostly offensive and defensive linemen, so they're kind of banging into each other every single play. So a lot of neck issues with that, and a lot of lower body issues just from getting stepped on and cleated and rolled up on. So I try to deal with that every single week just to make sure that they're ready for the next game. I think there's nothing that really makes football players stand out compared to other athletes. I think every single athlete is really dealing with their own thing. I think what football players have the luxury of, honestly, more so than any other sport, is that they have a week to recover. In some cases, I mean, obviously when they play on Thursday or Saturday in some instances, or Monday, but most of the time they have a full week to recover before the next game. So although it is a violent sport, I don't know if they really have the most difficult schedule when it comes to professional sports. You think basketball and hockey are playing 2, sometimes 3 times a week. Baseball is playing 4 nights in a row. So although it's not as violent of a sport, when you talk about injuries, I think that every single professional sport presents itself with their own problems as far as working around an injury and trying to make sure that you're ready for the sport. So, I think even with golf, although it's once a week, you're playing 4 days in a row. So if you're dealing with an injury to get ready for the start of the round on Thursday, you're now having to deal with that injury Thursday, Friday, hopefully make the cut, play Saturday, Sunday, and now you're back to that same thing. And it's not just Thursday through Sunday that you're playing. You have a practice round. Sometimes there's a pro-am that you're playing in. So there's more than just the 4 rounds that you see on TV that these players are doing, and the amount of practice that goes into all that. So I don't think football is really any different than any of the other professional sports. I think that they honestly are at an advantage because of their sport and their schedule. So most of the times if they play Sunday, Monday is a day off, and then Tuesday, there's because of the rules in the NFLPA, there's rules that are set in place to allow them to recover. So I think the NFLPA has actually done a really good job at allowing their players, or giving their players the best opportunity to recover, to put the best product on the field from a viewer standpoint. So it's part of it is for the players to recover, but part of it's also to make sure that they're playing at their best level to make sure that the product on the field doesn't sacrifice as a result of that. So it's a pleasure to work with professional athletes. The nice thing is that most of the guys, although you see them on TV, are just normal like the rest of us. So I really enjoy the opportunity, and I hope that this helps to give you a little insight into what it's like being a PT working with some pros. Thanks for having me.
I hope after watching today's segment, you're pumped for next week's Super Bowl. Even though it's not the best time to be getting together with large groups of people, the Super Bowl is a great opportunity to sit down with your family and maybe... Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of NewzRoom18. If you would like to be featured in a future segment, be sure to follow me on Instagram and DM me. See you guys next time.